During our town hall meetings, we found that culture is one thing that really came up in most of our town hall meetings to use as a prevention tool. And when I say culture as a prevention tool, I mean using your culture to get away from any kind of negativity that's going on within your lives. Rather than turning to drugs or alcohol or any kind of negative stuff, you can turn to your cultural teachings, your knowledge, whatever that may help you get on the right path, clear your mind, help you get out of that negative space, whatever youth may be facing these days. They can turn to their cultural practices to help them stay on the right path and get through those difficult times, whatever they may be facing. And so the second point that I have is culture as an intervention tool. And so we hear a lot about culture as prevention to help youth stay away from taking the bad road. But we want to talk about culture as intervention specifically to youth who have already been affected by the juvenile justice system. To those who may have already been offenders, they can still turn to culture as an intervention tool. They don't have to go back down the same path that they have always, been introduced to. They can turn to new, more positive outlets with their cultural teachings to help them better themselves and to help them throughout their lives. And another thing that I personally noticed was because I got to be a part of the town hall meetings and also the OJJDP tribal listening meeting, I was able to find that even tribal leaders of all different nations have also used culture as a prevention and an intervention tool. And they think it's a very, very great idea. Many of the tribal leaders try to embrace their culture and also try to add whatever kind of cultural teachings that they can within their tribe, whether it be having a school have a Native American club, whatever they can do to help the youth really try to grasp a hold of their culture and continue that cultural knowledge down the line to help their Native youth get through those difficult times, or to even just have them learn it so they can pass it down to their children. It's a very important thing that we all know about our traditional teachings. However much we may be able to find out, it can really be used to help you through whatever you're going through. When I was younger, I actually grew up in an urban area in Mesa, Arizona, which is a city. I didn't grow up on any kind of sort of reservation or any kind of community. And so I had kind of that disconnect away from my culture and the people that would eventually be teaching me my culture besides my family. Growing up, my mom and my grandparents have tried to teach me as much as they can, but being in an urban area isn't really the ideal place to learn about all of your cultural knowledge because it's kind of harder to grasp that concept of your own culture. But when I was in high school, I joined a Native American Youth Council for the first time, and that's when I really got interested in wanting to learn my own cultural background, is when I found that there was other people out there like me, other youth that I could relate to. And it was just kind of interesting for myself at that time to have these things in common with other people that I never had growing up. And so that really made me want to go learn more about my culture. And then I got introduced to Unity. And that's when I learned more about the Native Americans and other Indigenous people across the nation and across the world. And I think it's really a beautiful thing that we all get to come together and get to share our cultural teachings with each other. So that's another reason why I really wanted to still get introduced to more things that I can. I started trying to learn how to introduce myself in my native language. I started learning how to sing in Navajo, and just having those couple of things that I know how to do now has really helped me get through some of the toughest parts of my life. So I really do think that culture as prevention and intervention is something that really can help Native youth through whatever difficult time they're going through and can really help them get further in life.
The Unity Peer Guides are here to help. We know that together we can heal our communities. The Healing Indigenous Lives Initiative is supported by a cooperative agreement between Unity Inc. and the U.S. Department of Justice, Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention.